Elena stood by her window, gazing at the bustling street of her small town. She had always loved how the world outside seemed so full of stories, but recently, she had felt like she was missing out on a big part of them. Most of those stories were in English, a language she wasn't fluent in. Growing up in a quiet village, Elena had spoken her native tongue, a beautiful, melodic language that flowed naturally from her lips. But now, with her dreams of traveling, working abroad, and meeting people from all corners of the world, she knew she needed to master English. Her first attempt at learning English was during school, but it hadn't gone well. The lessons were dry, filled with grammar rules and long vocabulary lists that seemed disconnected from how real people spoke. As a result, her progress was slow, and she grew frustrated. Maybe I'm just not good at it, she thought at the time. But Elena was determined, and her dreams were too big to give up on. One day, she decided to take matters into her own hands. She knew she needed more than just books and lessons. She needed immersion. So, she signed up for an online language exchange program where she could practice speaking English with native speakers who wanted to learn her language in return. Her first conversation was with Sarah, a university student from London. The call made Elena nervous. Her palms were sweaty, and her mind raced to remember the right words. But Sarah was patient, speaking slowly and kindly, correcting her mistakes. Each conversation after that became easier. Elena practiced speaking about everyday topics, her favorite foods, hobbies, and her dreams. Soon, her confidence grew. When she made mistakes, instead of feeling embarrassed, she saw them as opportunities to learn. Slowly, English stopped feeling like a foreign language and started becoming a part of her. To speed up her progress, Elena also started watching English movies, with subtitles at first and then without them. She listened to podcasts on topics she loved: travel, culture, and music, pausing to write down new words and expressions. She even joined an English-speaking book club online, where she could discuss books and practice her conversational skills. Months passed, and her efforts paid off. One evening, during a video call with Sarah, something remarkable happened. They were talking about future travel plans, and Alina realized she had been speaking for several minutes without pausing to think about the words. Her sentences flowed smoothly, and she barely hesitated. It felt natural. When the call ended, Alina smiled at her reflection in the window. She had done it. She had learned to speak English fluently. But beyond just learning the language, she had discovered a new confidence in herself. She realized that it wasn't about being perfect, but about being willing to try, make mistakes, and grow. And now, the world felt a little closer, as if those distant stories were hers to understand and explore.